Today, we're gonna see what happens when you take Super Game Boy GamePak for the Game Boy, put it in the Super Game Boy for the SNES, the Game Boy player for the GameCube. Those who don't know, there's a handful of Game Boy games that have specific labels on the game pack that says Super Game Boy GamePak. Games that are like these are games like this one, other arcade classics, and from what I know, Disney's Aladdin is also a Super Game Boy GamePak. What this means that when you put the game in the Super Game Boy, in your Super Nintendo, it'll have its own unique border, the colors will be perfected. Today, take this game pack and put it in the GameCube and the Super Game Boy and see which one looks better. Start off with the GameCube just because it wasn't specifically designed for the Game Boy player. We'll give it a try and see what it does. As you can see, it's like blue and yellow, so it's not really faithful to the original games. I'm gonna play Galaga because it's my preferred game. As you can see, all the bugs are all green and or blue and yellow, and it doesn't really look like the original game at all. Let's take this and switch it over to the Super Game Boy for the Super Nintendo and see what it looks like. As you can see, it's got a much prettier looking border. Colors are perfected for the game. It looks way more like the arcade classic. As you can see, the bugs are the correct blue and red. Even the blue boss bugs, however, they turn red whenever you shoot them. That's what happens when you put Super Game Boy GamePak, GameCube, and a Super Game Boy.